everybody, welcome to Books and Beauty. My name is Brittany. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the channel, I guess, since it's the very first episode. We're going to be kind of diving into the world of beauty in any of its aspects, makeup, hair, nails, clothing, just kind of whatever you guys are interested in seeing. So definitely utilize those comments. This whole thing kind of started because I am definitely kind of getting into the beauty community a little bit deeper and enjoying playing around with products and really getting to know my face and what works, what doesn't work. And I think that there are a lot of people out there who struggle with those same things. So if you're looking for a professional advice, you probably are not going to find that here. But if you're looking for somebody to kind of journey with and learn about new products and test out new products, I think that this might be a good channel for you, so we can kind of learn some new things together. But I also have a big part of my life that I'm passionate about, and that is reading. And I think that books are kind of dying out in this world that's kind of driven by, media, social media, video games. And I think that books have kind of fallen by the wayside, and I would like to kind of inspire more people to go to their local libraries or bookstores and kind of get back into something as simple as staying home, on an afternoon and reading a good book. So I'll be talking about some of my favorite books, things that I've read currently or am reading, and that will be another big chunk of this channel. So kind of wanted to blend together my favorite things. Today we're going to kind of go through a couple of things. It being the first episode, I don't have a whole lot prepared for you, but one thing I did want to do, and that was a beauty box reveal, I guess. I have a little bit of a history with beauty subscriptions. My very first one was Ipsy, the Ipsy bag. I did have that for a couple of years. I loved Ipsy for a long time, and then kind of felt like I was receiving the same kind of products over and over. So I kind of got to a point where even after I changed my style quiz a couple of times, I was still receiving some products that I either had no interest in using or have already received in a couple of different bags. So I did cancel that subscription and eventually did sign up for the Sephora Play boxes. I got a few of those and really love that subscription. That one for me was even better because it focused a lot more on skincare. So with the Ipsy bags, I received a lot of beauty products, mascaras, eyeliners, eyeshadows, bronzers, things like that. So getting into makeup, that bag was perfect for me because it was sending me samples of stuff that I could kind of decide what was working for me, what wasn't working for me. And I got a really good idea of what kinds of products that I liked to use. The Sephora Play boxes were better for me because I have combination skin that I'm still really trying to work out what products are going to be good for that and help get that under control. And so the Sephora Play boxes were sending me skincare samples, moisturizers, primers, setting sprays, things that I think are a little more based in skincare versus makeup. And don't get me wrong, I was still receiving a lot of really awesome beauty products. I've got a lot of foundation samples, which are amazing because I do struggle with finding a good foundation, and I think that the play boxes were able to help me with that problem, as I did get to sample a lot of different foundations. So I did fall in love with that Playbox subscription, and Sephora just announced recently that they are canceling that subscription and releasing something that's a little bigger, a little more luxurious, and it's not a monthly subscription. See, it's just a kind of like a big beauty box that you can just purchase. So my heart broke a little bit in the last couple of months with Sephora canceling their subscription. So in lieu of that, and keep in mind I am kind of on a budget, so I went for another beauty box that's around the same price. So I chose the Allure beauty box, which I actually have not really heard of before. It's one of the reasons I wanted to sign up for it, because I wanted to try something brand spanking new, and I thought it might be interesting to share that journey with you guys as I receive my monthly boxes, open them, check out the products, and thought it might be fun to kind of split that time with discussing some good books, and I think that we can all share in that. So I guess without further ado, we'll kind of get into the Allure Beauty box. So the first one that I received, this was, I believe, the April box. So this is what it comes to looking like. It's just a cute little white box. It's got Allure Beauty box on the front of it. Big change, the Ipsy bags obviously come in a small makeup bag, which I thought was really neat, except after a while I had this big collection of empty makeup bags. I didn't really know what to do with all of them. So I like that it's just a box. It's something that you can recycle. It's kind of cool. The Sephora Play boxes, same thing. They just came in a cardboard box, which, you know, that works for me. The first thing that you'll see as you open up, it did come with this really cute little mini mag, I guess would be the best way to say it. It's a little magazine, has some promo codes inside, and it does talk about some of the products that you've received. So I thought that was kind of cool to check out. And then it's gonna be kind of hard to get that up there, but it does look like this has this really cute red tissue paper as you open up. Very fancy, you know, trying to add a little luxurious addition there. One thing to note is that because it was my first box in a brand new subscription, I did get one free product to add to my first box. And so at the time, the product that I chose that was offered to me was the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder, which I'm very excited to try out. I've just kind of started getting into setting powders, and right now I'm using a compact setting powders, the Too Faced, and I'm really loving that. So I'm really interested to try a loose setting powder and see if I like it as much. I do, again, with that combination skin, I'm still trying to figure out which powders are going to work well with my my skin and keeping my oil under control all day, which is a job in and of itself. So the box claims to send a combination of full-size and sample products. Because I'm not super, you know, I don't have a big collection of makeup and skincare products yet, I'm not really sure which ones are full-size and which ones are samples. So I can't really help in that area, but let's go through every product. So you do have about, this box came with 7 products, 8 if you include the Laura Mercier free product that I got for signing up. So let's kind of dive into the products here. The first one is the Cicapair Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment. This is a redness corrector. Looks like a moisturizer. I did receive the same product in a Sephora Play box. So I do have 2 of these now, which I'm excited about because I do have an issue with redness, especially in the areas of my skin that are a little drier. But I definitely tend to flush a little bit more throughout the day than maybe some other non-flushy people. So this product is going to be really good at trying to keep some of that redness under control. So that is one of the products. Next up, we have a Balance Toner by Acar Skin. I may be saying that incorrectly. Looks like you shake it well and use it after cleansing and before face oils. So I do have a little bit of a skincare routine, which I might feature on an episode if you guys are interested. So this would be something that I would do directly after cleansing, and it's for kind of balancing your pH level to optimum levels is what it claims to do. So kind of a cool little product. We'll see how well we like that. And then next up we have, is it Ciate London? Boy, I'm gonna butcher these. This is a dewy stick. It looks like it's kind of a highlighting balm, and you're supposed to kind of glide it onto your cheekbones, you know, wherever you would normally place highlighter. I will say I'm a little interested to see if this works for me. I do have something similar, and for some god-awful reason, when I stick something creamy like this on my face, I don't know if it's because I tend to be a little more oily in some places, but it removes my foundation. So if you guys have any advice on how to use this properly without pulling foundation off of my cheeks, that would be awesome. So leave comments below if you have advice on how to use a product like this without removing your makeup. That would be very helpful. So dewy stick, we'll see how that works. Next up, we have the Primera. All right, so the next product that we have is the Primera Cream Hydrator and Illuminator, it looks like. So again, it's just another moisturizer that's meant to kind of hydrate and glow, give you a little bit of extra oomph there under your foundation. So I'm really interested to try this product. Again, I'm really into moisturizers and skincare products because I'm really trying to find a routine that's going to work well for me. And the fact that this is hydrating, I'm concerned about putting it under my foundation because I do tend to get a little oily. So this might be something that I would use on a day that maybe I don't wear foundation that day. The fact that it says hydrate and glow makes me a little excited. I do have a couple of products that are like glowy moisturizers, and they do make you look very luminous without having to wear foundation. So on good skin days, maybe this will be a good one to try out. Next product that we have is a Balance Hydrating and Calming Serum by Jean Xiao. Definitely don't rely on me for proper pronunciation, guys. Sorry about that. But it is a facial serum, which I am starting to kind of utilize a little bit more in my routine. So you're going to apply a thin layer after cleansing, and you can use it morning and night. So that to me is kind of exciting. Something very, hopefully it doesn't have too much of a scent. I'm finding my skin's a little sensitive to products that are heavily scented. So we'll kind of see if that works for me. So I'm excited to give that a try. The next product that we have in the box is by Eva NYC. It is Main Magic Multi-Benefit 10-in-1 Primer, and it is a hair product, so it's for detangling, frizz fighting, and heat protecting. All things that are very important, especially in the summertime. It gets really, really dry. My hair does tend to be really oily at the roots and really dry at the ends. I do straighten my hair semi-frequently, and I do color it as well. So I do have a problem with healthy hair, making sure that I'm not drying it out too much by using too many products or not taking good care of it. So hopefully this will help. Right now I am absolutely obsessed with another spray kind of detangler with argan oil in it, which is one of the ingredients in the Main Magic. It's the Marrakesh oil spray with the argan oil. I am loving what that doing for my hair right now. So hopefully this product will be very similar, and I'll be able to kind of use this as a travel buddy if I do end up doing any traveling soon. The next product that we have is by Thrive Cosmetics, and I love that Cause is spelt C-A-U-S-E. That to me says that this is probably an eco-friendly product, hopefully not tested on animals. That'd be really awesome. This is lip filler HP liner. I don't line my lips, so this is going to be a really interesting product to try. I am really interested to see how this goes for me because I do not line my lips. I've never lined my lips. I don't have any lip liner in my bag, or collection, I should say, not a bag, it's a collection at this point. So I'm really interested to see how well I do with this. If you guys are really all that interested, then maybe that's something that I can film would be my first attempt at lining my lips. Might be kind of fun. So hopefully I have a lip color that will match it. This is the color Mocha. So I think I do have some nudie colors. I have a huge collection of the NYX Lingerie liquid lipsticks, and I'm sure I can find a color that will match the Mocha liner. So this product, just in case you're curious, does claim to be vegan and cruelty-free and sulfate-free. So that's kind of interesting. I love the name. Hopefully if this product works well for me, if I react well to it, stays on my skin, I might look into this company a little bit more and look into ordering some products if they are budget friendly. Alright, so the next thing that we will kind of go into, I guess, transitioning to kind of finish us off our very first episode here, is the Allure Beauty Box, just so everybody knows, I guess would be a good thing to note. The Allure Beauty Box with tax and everything comes to $16.80-ish, I think, is the cost once everything goes through. Something a little bit interesting that I will tell you, I'm kind of curious if I continue to enjoy this box, is that you don't take a style quiz, you don't put in your skin tone or your type of skin, whether you're oily or combination or dry. So these products don't seem to be tailored to you specifically. So I'm kind of curious how many boxes I get that I'm actually going to like the products, because they're not tailored to your needs. They're not tailored to what you're interested in. You don't take any type of quiz like with the Ipsy and the Sephora. They ask you, what types of products you're looking for, what kind of skin do you have, what products are you interested in. This has nothing like that, so you don't seem to really, this box is not meant specifically for you, and they don't put products in there necessarily that you specifically have expressed interest in. And having, it would be kind of a bummer to be receiving a box month after month with products that, are meant for someone with really, really dry skin, and as somebody with a, semi-oily, semi-dry complexion, depending on the temperature, how I feel when I wake up that day, etc. Some of these products, it would just be kind of a bummer to receive product after product that I can't use. So we'll kind of go, we'll see how this goes. This was my very first box. I am very excited by what I see in this box, so I'm interested to get started on testing them out. I did not test any of those products. I did wait to film this first. So yeah, we'll kind of see how the journey goes with the Allure Beauty Box. And with that, I guess we'll kind of transition over into the book side of things and kind of just introduce you to what I've read so far this year. My very good friend kind of started this little book club with her roommates at home. They kind of agreed at the beginning of the year as kind of their New Year's resolution to read one book a month, and I was invited to kind of join into that. I'm a huge reader. I love books. And I thought it would be fun to kind of join them in that. Everyone's reading their own book. You read at your own pace. I think that that's almost better than a regular book club, because some people have a hard time fitting reading into like a 2-week period. If you have a book club that meets once a week, twice monthly, whatever. Some people don't read as fast, and sometimes you don't have, your schedule doesn't allow for you to sit down with a good book for extended periods of time. So I liked what they had, where it was like you pick your book and you have to read one book a month. So I joined in on that. So in January, I have them written down here. In January, I read Library of Souls, which is the, I think, final installment of the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series. The book series is amazing. The movie was slightly disappointing, as they typically are. It's really hard, I think, to take the magic of a really good book and turn it into a movie. So I think we're forever going to be slightly disappointed by any movie renditions of our favorite books. In February, I read The Girl Who Came Home, which was a historical fiction novel about a very real group of Irish immigrants that traveled on the Titanic to America, and kind of their experience with the sinking. And something interesting about that novel is it kind of focused a little bit more on the survivors and how they felt about the whole thing. So really good book if you're interested in historical fiction. All of these books I will list below the titles and the authors in case any of you guys want to check them out. In March, I read a really interesting book called The Man Who Couldn't Stop. It was kind of a memoir from a gentleman who had OCD, and it was kind of his journey of realizing he had it, getting help, and what all that looks like. Really fascinating book. In April, I read a really good fiction, kind of dystopian novel called Red Clocks. Very good book regarding kind of women's role in society and, what happens when that is overly controlled, I guess would be the best way to describe that. For the month of May, I read The Water Cure, which is another fictional book about a group of women that live on a deserted island. The deserted island was originally put together by the father of the group, and he passed away. So it's kind of the story of them kind of dealing with that and figuring out ways to stay safe. So it's another really interesting kind of female power kind of novel. It's really interesting twists and turns in that book. So and it's an easy read. I know we're only 2 weeks in, well, not quite even, I think 2 weeks into May, and that book has already been finished. It is a really easy read, not complicated, so really simple, doesn't have to require a whole lot of like mental thought, and the pages do have some big, some areas have big blank spots, so even though it looks really thick, it actually is a pretty easy read. So if you are like a busy parent or somebody who maybe doesn't have a whole lot of time in their schedule, that is one that might go a little quickly for you. So that one, again, I was able, with everything going on right now, was able to find big blocks of time on the weekend to just kind of sit and read. So that one from the month of May, I had all the month and it is gone already. It's been finished. So moving on forward, I do have my book for June already picked out. I'm going to be reading The Accidents season. It's another fiction. I'm really interested in this book, and it does sound a little bit like something a little bit twisty, and possibly supernatural, so I'm interested to get into that. I think that kind of wraps up our very first episode. Let me know what you guys are thinking. If you guys would prefer, we can break up the books and the beauty into 2 different videos, or if you guys like having it all in one, just to kind of catch you up on everything going on. Let me know how that is going. Would love some feedback in the comments. I'll check it out, and again, I will comment all of the names, the titles, and the author names of the books that I have read and am reading currently. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!